Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and of course, it's time for the top 5 best EPs of 2016. So, let's definitely not waste any time. Let's get into the list. So coming in at number 5 is the thing that's playing in the background. This, of course, is So Fire's Time to Tame. This, of course, I had found out about a few months ago, just like with some of the things that were on my top 5 best demos of 2016. Yeah, I think it was because of the artwork that I, just on YouTube. It was cool. So I went and looked up these guys on Metal Archives and found out that these guys are definitely a Spanish band, definitely along the lines of Iron Curtain. Shit, I think Iron Curtain's like the only band that seems to come to mind. Definitely, this is a solid band. Their EP right here is definitely pretty damn solid. I definitely like what these guys at least offer. It's just a great, energetic EP, as you can definitely tell from this track that's playing in the background. Great stuff, and it definitely, for me, deserves the top 5 spot. So, with that, coming in at number 4, this is a band I just recently talked about in my, currently listening to episode that was from December 1st, 2016. This, of course, is Midnight Force's EP Restless Blade. Hope you got a little kick out of that. I could have done a review for this, but I didn't. Same as with the Soulfire. I could have done a review for this one, but I just did not have the time to do it. But I liked it enough to where I wanted to have it on the list. This is definitely a solid EP. These guys are definitely out of the UK. Definitely a bit more on the new wave of British heavy metal sound than the new wave or traditional heavy metal sound. It definitely doesn't sound like Soulfire. It sounds more like you expect from your new wave or British heavy metal band from like circa 1981, 82 era. Definitely a good EP, and it's definitely one that I definitely do recommend. It's got great tracks. I'll definitely leave you a link, just like in that currently listening to video from December 1st, 2016, to their Bandcamp page. So, with that, coming in at number 3, this is definitely one that I did review. It was definitely one of my first reviews of 2016. This, of course, is Dirty Licks with their self-titled EP, and these guys are definitely a US sleazy hair metal hard rock band. Definitely a solid EP. I'll definitely leave you a link to that review right here. Definitely, it's got some good tracks. Definitely, female singer Lily Vasquez is definitely a competent singer. And of course, the EP does have a cover of Whitesnake's "Fool for Your Loving." Great track. Even though it's a cover, they definitely do kind of at least add a little bit of their own to it, but not as much. It definitely stays true to the original version, depending on what version that you prefer, the one that's even, off of Reading and Willing or Slip of the Tongue. It's definitely a good cover, and it's definitely a solid EP that definitely, if you're a fan of Dawkins or stuff like that, you'll definitely like this. So, with that, coming in at number 2, this is number 1 that I did do a review for, and this is, of course, pretty much the last thing at this point that you'll ever see from Black Sabbath. This, of course, is The End. And this, of course, featured, and I did do it, I did do a review for this. It features 4 tracks that were recorded during the 13th album sessions, but did not make the album cut. It features those and 4 live tracks. And the live tracks are definitely good, but for me, I think the real, upfront point about the EP is the 4 songs that are definitely included. The 4, I guess you could definitely say, unreleased songs. And of course, I think you know that the EP was definitely only exclusive to their live shows at the merch, place. I wish I had at least got to see Black Sabbath, but I didn't. I think they might be still doing shows. I don't know. But this, of course, right now, I think it's definitely said that this will be the last thing from at least Black Sabbath. And it's a solid EP. I really dig it. I think the songs, for me, I think that second disc that was added to, copies of 13, those 3 or 4 tracks, depending on which one you got, and I think was a waste of a disc. I think they really should have added these 4 tracks onto that disc. We would have had at least maybe 7 or 8 songs to really accompany that, 13. It would have been a pretty fitting bang to Black Sabbath's career. Definitely a great EP in my opinion, and I kind of like these songs better than what was actually put on the 13 album. But again, even the 13 album wasn't really that bad of an album. It had some good songs, but these I think really kind of showed a lot more of their, what Black Sabbath were at least were made of during their heyday of, the height of the 70s, with classics such as Master of Reality, Paranoid, the self-titled album, debut, Volume 4, Sabotage, just definitely that classic period for Black Sabbath, and it's definitely one that is deserving of the number 2 slot. But again, it got the number 2 slot, so what ended up getting the number 1 slot? Coming in at number 1 is Krubia Blinka's Canifically, which I did review as well. They, of course, are a Japanese heavy metal band. Of course, I'll definitely leave you a link to that. It's a definitely solid EP, and it was definitely one that was recommended to me by my friend Painkiller over at Forces of Steel. This is a solid EP, 5 tracks, every bit of it is killer. I definitely recommend checking this out. I think copies are selling like fucking hotcakes, as far as I know, according to my friend. It's just a damn good EP, and it definitely deserves the number 1 slot for best EP of 2016. So, with that, if you have heard some of these, I think you might have heard the Black Sabbath EP, or maybe even the Soulfire, maybe the Midnight Force, maybe even the Dirty Licks, maybe even the Krubia Blinkas. All I know is that if you haven't even heard some of these are definitely, this just could serve as more of a recommendation, ones for you definitely that, to check out. Good stuff. Definitely recommend it from the guy over here at Nasty Metal Productions channel here at YouTube. And of course, this is definitely me ending this video, and I'll definitely will be back maybe in a few days, maybe, who knows, maybe around October, maybe the end of December, with the biggest list of it all for this channel, and that's, I'm definitely gonna, spill it. The top 40 best rock and metal albums of 2016. So, until then, this is Heavy Fashion. I'm out. And I'll see you later.